Good morning, motor cars. It is Friday, the 21st of August. Birthdays this weekend. On Sunday, we have Eric Castanola from Honda Service. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Happy birthday, Eric. No anniversaries this weekend. I've got a collection of interesting business facts for you. In the early 1950s, coffee was considered a low-class fad whose time had come and gone. To counteract this, sociologist John B. Watson was hired by the Coffee Growers Association. He came up with the idea of calling breaks during work periods coffee breaks, convincing workers that coffee was something that they had earned and deserved. The rest is history. Japan has a unique way to address obesity. Your waistline is measured each year. If it's too big, your company and your hometown have to pay a fine. After Hurricane Ike in 2008, Comcast charged its customers in the affected area up to $1,000 for DVRs and other Comcast devices that were destroyed. It's part of the reason why Comcast every year is voted worst for customer service in the world. Calico, the company, was founded by Google Corporation to find a cure for death. And they still own that company, so apparently they haven't found it yet. During the Depression, women would make clothing out of feed sacks, so the smart manufacturers began to print floral patterns on the insides of the sacks so that they would buy their stuff instead of some competitors. UPS was founded by two teenagers with a bike and $100 that they borrowed from a friend. Sony Corporation's most profitable business is insurance. It generates roughly 63% of their total profit. All of the Hard Rock cafes in the U.S. are owned by the Seminole tribe. At one time, most major U.S. cities had electric streetcars, even my own little hometown, Port Huron, Michigan. That ended when GM, Standard Oil, Phillips Petroleum, and Firestone bought controlling interest in National City Lines, which owned all the tracks, and shut them down so that everyone had to buy cars. Disney Corporation owns more than 750 watercraft. This makes it the fifth largest navy in the world. For every dollar spent in the U.S., 8 cents are spent at Walmart. 1 out of 3 Americans go there every single week. I'm going to butcher the pronunciation on this, but I'm going to make a go of it. Nishiyama Onsen Koenken in Hyokawa, Japan, is both the oldest company and the oldest hotel in the world. It went into business in 705 AD. They must have fantastic customer service. When George Lucas sold the rights to Star Wars to the Walt Disney Company, he donated most of the money, more than $4 billion, to a charity that focuses on education. In addition to being the voice of Tigger and several other animated characters, actor Paul Winchell was a gifted ventriloquist, patented the first artificial heart, and invented the retractable ballpoint pen. Now there's a Renaissance man. Word of the day. After a lot of manual work, we've compiled all of the email addresses from all of our various systems for sales and service for both Honda and Toyota. The result is that we have about 26,000 people who will now receive our monthly newsletters. I'd also like to send a shout out to Mac Hogan, who wrote most of the articles in this month's editions. In the call center, our new phone system has allowed us to run detailed reports regarding when customers call us and when they don't. As a result, now that we have a few months of data to look at, we've decided to change our hours to provide better coverage when our customers need us. Once Mike Buhner gets the system changes made, the BDC will take calls until 8 p.m. Mondays through Fridays, even though we close at 6 p.m. for the rest of the business on Fridays. Saturdays will continue to take calls from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. That's all I've got. Have a good weekend, motor cars.